go back to basics today. We're going to change oil. We won't change it, but oil for your engine, oil for your centre gear drive, and oil for your final drive. Where they are, where they're little hiccups that you get with them. So up on top of the bike, the filler cap for your final drive, for your middle drive, is this here. Now it's a 6mm Allen key. That's a Japanese machine, an Imperial Allen key to suit 6mm will round the inside of your Allen key off, so your Allen head. So you need to make sure you're using a 6mm Allen bolt. You need to remove the bottom of your air box where your filter is so that you can get at it, because like the old motto, if you can't get oil in, you don't take oil out. So you have to make sure that this is undone and your final drive before you let any oil out. So when you remove your air box, and just give it a tap, don't belt it, just tap it to shock the threads apart, and then it'll come undone. Same with your final drive as well. Righto, so the engine drain plug is behind your oil filter, underneath number 2 piston, there. So that's your engine drain. Your engine and your centre drive are separate oil capacities and separate oils. So that won't drain your centre drive, because blokes have been on the pages and have asked you undo the nut and half a litre comes out. That's why. That's your engine. That's your undo your bolt for your oil filter. So you drain your motor first, let it run out, then you undo your oil filter, and then your oil filter just drops straight down. When you come from there, a lot of the times they won't fit between the 2 pipes. So then you undo your nut and then you feed it up here, and then it'll come out the side of your motor, out the front of your motor there. And then when you go to put it back in again, put it in. It's also a good idea to put as much oil as you can in there when you fill it up. So like a normal oil filter, you fill an oil filter up first with oil. Same to do with that. There is also supposed to be a spring and a large flat washer inside here. The spring is underneath the oil filter, and the big washer is between the oil filter and the spring. So you've got oil filter, flat washer, spring, and then the housing. So just make sure you've got those, because I have opened a motor that didn't have the flat washer on it. So make sure the flat washer's there. Come to the back of the motor. So you've got the back of the motor, you've got your rear engine bolt, you have your back frame, this bolt there is your middle gear drain plug. So depending on your exhaust systems, you may need to remove that. You may need to remove your exhaust system to get that, or just have a tray and a little chute for your oil to drop off so it doesn't make a mess and go everywhere. So yeah, that's your middle drain, and then down the front is your engine oil drain. So while you've got your motor, well, you're going to go and fill the motor back up again. In your window, your oil level window, you can't tell whether there's oil in it or not when you move your bike over every day of the week when you check your oil. It's because of this. So That's your window on the side of your clutch cover. Inside there's this small frame. So that's what's gone covered in dirt and grime over time. So the easiest way to clean that, or the easiest way to get to it, is a piece of tyre wire, just whatever you got, and a reasonably long length rag is all you need.
Or a pipe cleaner.
Well, whatever. Just grab your rag like that, put a small kink on the end of your wire, so then you feed it, is that clear?
Yeah.
Feed it down through your oil filler hole, and then because you've got different gaps here, just feed it in and just move it around. If you sprayed brake clean or whatever, bit of petrol or whatever on your rag before you push it down there, and then you go in the next hole and you just feed it around, just turn it around because there's a little on the end of your wires been moved, so just move that around, and then you should be able to see a lot better than you did before you change your oil. Righto, just to recap, make sure your filler caps come undone before you drop your drain plugs. Engine oil capacity is 3.5 litres with a full engine and filter change, engine oil and a filter change. If you're only doing an oil change, you only need 3 litres, but who does an oil change without the filters? So 3.5 litres, 300ml for your centre drive, 300ml for your final drive oil capacities. Look at your manual for types of oil. When we were doing cleaning the window, we just had the side cover off so that I could show you what's inside and how to go about working it. You can do that quite easily, successfully, with your side cover on the bike as well. So you don't need to take your side cover off to do that. But other than that, yeah, a very basic video. The do's and the don'ts and the cans and the can'ts.